Hey everyone! Unfortunately, it's commonly said that millennials are the most financially disadvantaged generation in history. Mortgage rates are at their highest since 2001. Food prices are climbing at record speeds, and the cost of living has increased so much that 40% of Gen Z now juggle multiple jobs. But there's good news. There's a strategy for anyone looking to escape this cycle and build wealth, even if they're starting from scratch. And no, this isn't just the usual advice like work hard, save 10% of your income, drive a used car, and smash the like button for the algorithm. Instead, if you're serious about getting rich in your 20s and want actionable steps that actually work, here are my best recommendations, ones that helped me and can be followed by anyone, no matter their income, background, or education. And all of this comes at the low price of just subscribing, if you haven't already. Before we get into the step-by-step guide, this is something important to keep in mind. Be careful who you take advice from. A lot of people with no real success love to give opinions on what you should do. They'll say, live it up while you're young, or credit scores don't matter. They'll tell you to go to college, get a good job, and play it safe. Or they'll warn you that starting a business is too risky because most fail. To be clear, these people usually mean well. They genuinely believe what they're saying, unless, of course, they just don't want to see others do better than them. But if you really want to build wealth, you have to think differently. You need to listen only to people who are already where you want to be. A saying I once heard really stuck with me. Never take advice from someone whose life you wouldn't trade places with. Following that mindset will help you filter out the noise and focus on the guidance that actually matters. Now, since the goal is to build wealth, you'll need to make a lot of money. One way to accelerate that process is by having a strong credit score. Like it or not, those three numbers influence everything. Your ability to rent an apartment, get a low-interest mortgage, leverage your money, and even land certain jobs. Here's exactly how to build good credit. If you have no credit history, apply for a Discover It Secured card. You'll put down a small deposit, a few $100s, and in about 8 months, you'll get it back. Use the card for small, regular purchases and pay it off in full every month. Sign up for free credit monitoring tools like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, or Experian to track your progress. After 6 months, open another credit card, like the Bank of America Cash Rewards Card, Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, or Chase Freedom Card, and repeat the process. After 12 months, consider getting an American Express Gold Card. It has an annual fee, but its perks outweigh the cost, and since it doesn't report utilization, it helps boost your score even more. After 18 months, you should have a credit score between 700 and 750, unlocking the best interest rates on loans and financing. A high credit score alone won't make you rich. You need to earn more money. The best way to do that is by getting as much job experience as possible. Every job teaches you new skills that can lead to better opportunities. You'll discover what you like, what you're good at, and what career paths pay well. Here's a step-by-step approach. Identify your ideal career. Find ways to start working in that field ASAP. If it requires certifications, start getting them. If it's an entrepreneurial field, work for free under someone successful to gain experience. If you realize it's not a good fit, move on and try something else. Use your 20s as a time to gain knowledge, not just money. The experience you build now will be 10x more valuable in the future. If you want to make over $500K a year, you'll need to pursue a scalable business or job. Let's be honest. Most traditional jobs won't get you rich unless they pay an absurd salary or you excel in high-risk areas like stock options or OnlyFans. Instead, choose a career where your income isn't tied to the hours you work. For me, real estate was that vehicle. I only got paid when I closed a deal, whether I worked 2 hours or 200 hours. Sales in general is one of the most underrated career paths. It teaches you valuable skills, provides high income potential, and funds other ventures. For example, in an upcoming video, I'll showcase people in solar sales making nearly $1 million per year. One of them put it this way: every time I knock on a door, whether they answer or not, I'm making $54. That's the kind of thinking that leads to wealth. The IRS did a study on high-income tax returns and found one major pattern. The wealthiest people have multiple income streams. Here are the top 6. A primary job, the foundation of everything. Dividend income, earn passive cash flow from stocks. Capital gains, build wealth through long-term investments. Real estate rental income can be a game changer. Side hustles, an easy way to diversify income. Business ventures, especially ones with low risk, like print on demand. Speaking of which, Printify is a great way to start a print-on-demand business, a model where products are only created after a sale, so there's no upfront cost. No matter how much money you make, you won't get rich if you spend everything. Most people increase their lifestyle as their income rises. They go from making $40K to $60K, then upgrade their apartment and car. Then they make $90K and suddenly need a Tesla. Even at $150K a year, some still live paycheck to paycheck. The solution? Pretend extra income doesn't exist. If you get a raise, invest the difference immediately instead of upgrading your lifestyle. Let your money work for you, not the other way around. Research shows that the earlier you invest, the better. For example, $1 invested at 20 grows to $21 by 65. $1 invested at 30 only grows to $10.68. That's why time in the market matters. Here's what to do. Open a Roth IRA. Invest up to $6,500 per year, and by retirement, all profits are tax-free. Invest in index funds, S&P 500, and dollar-cost average consistently. Consider real estate through house hacking, renting out part of your home to offset costs. By following these steps, you practically guarantee your retirement and set yourself up for lifelong financial freedom. Getting rich in your 20s won't happen overnight, but by maximizing income, living below your means, and investing early, you'll be ahead of 99% of people. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know which stocks you get, and I'll see you next time.